Hello and welcome to my favorite animes of winter 2021. Let's just say that from this season's selections, well, there was a lot of good animes. I'm not going to lie, and it's going to show in my tier list standings, quite obviously. Why don't we start with Attack on Titan final season? That is getting an absolute S. like, it went on for 16 episodes, but for everything that it gave us, it just turned the tables. It just completely. And from what I've heard, it's getting a part 2. And this may be the actual final ending of Attack on Titan. And I'm gonna be excited, especially with the cliffhanger that it gave us. I'm not going to spoil the territory, that's all I'm gonna give you. Oh, and direct contrast from Attack on Titan is Promised Neverland. Okay, so I will say that the first season of Promised Neverland was good. It was very good. It hooked me in. The second season, I'll say as a basic criticism, it was rushed. I could kind of tell it was moving very quickly, but then from everything else that I've heard about, like from the manga, everything from the manga to what the anime tried to adapt from it and trying to rush it, and it felt like they were trying to make a good ending happen. Not to mention Emma's talking ability, able to convince everybody, even though that should not be possible. It just felt like they were rushing it completely just to try and get a good ending. It's getting a D for now, but for the rest of the anime, we will see if it might go to F tier. I'm not kidding. The Promised Neverland second season was it was bad. It was bad. Next up, Horimiya. Very good romance story. It's basically like a love dodecahedron kind of story, but it tells it in a realistic light. And not to mention, it's comedy driven, but also drama driven, especially with the love triangles that's going on. I actually liked it. It was actually one of the only animes on Sundays that I actually watched. Actually, it was the only anime on Sunday that I watched. Nonetheless, it was actually really good. Re:Zero, second season part 2, and like Attack on Titan, it was also very, very good. Very good character development from the entire cast. I can't say much besides that, otherwise I'll go to spoiler territory. But if you've remembered me in my Overlord Re:Zero collab video, I was saying about Emilia getting huge character development and her becoming waifu again. Yeah, this season actually gave. It was the reason why. It was the reason why. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, second season, was actually very good. It actually got very tense for what it's worth, but it definitely improved from the first season and gave us stakes. Yes, Rimuru is a goddamn god, like literally, but for what's going on as well as everything else that the second season gave us, it was a step up from the first season. So I'm actually going to give this a B. If it was an A, I would have said that the stakes were permanent, but it wasn't. That's why I'm kind of giving it a B for now. I'll say there are stakes. It's just the consequences that Rimuru gets. It sticks, however. I'll leave it at that. Quintessential Quintuplets. This was actually my favorite romance anime of winter 2021, and it was a harem. Continuing on from the first season, I'll say that this anime, the second season, actually no, the entire anime actually, it felt like what Attack on Titan's final season did for what romance anime does for Quintessential Quintuplets, because there's this entire mystery as to who the wife of the main character is, and the anime gives us really subtle hints throughout the entire thing. Again, it's pretty much like How I Met Your Mother anime edition, and it gave all 5 of the quintuplets like equal screen time, and it made us it developed the entire cast at the same. Well, it developed the main harem, and because of that, I just grew to like the entire harem, including the main protagonist. I'll say, not just the harem. The main protagonist got development alongside the harem, and not many animes does that. As in, equal screen time with the harem, the main protagonist gets development and screen time, and he's not that dense. He's a bit ditzy in different ways, but he still gets major development with the harem. And because of that, I just loved it. I really liked Quintessential Quintuplets second season. Absolutely. And again, my favorite romance anime of winter 2021. Beating up Horimiya, mind you. Hatarako Saibo second season. This one wasn't bad at all. It continued on from the first season, gave us lots of information about the human body, and it was the usual, more or less, but gave us more in depth into that kind of stuff, so that was, more of the same. Next up is Kumo So I'm a Spider, So What? Sorry, So I'm a Spider. What, is that right? So I'm a Spider, So What? I can't say much about it yet because we're halfway. Actually, no. Because we're halfway through, I'll say what I can about Kumo. What, I can't say the Japanese name. With So I'm a Spider, So What? I'm gonna put it in the question mark section, but if I had to put it, it would have to be in the A tier. Because the main protagonist, who was a reincarnated spider, is the best character in the anime. voiced by Aoyuki as well. Main reason I say it, it's because main reason why I compare it to Slime is because they get similar opening premises. It's just that Spider goes into way more detail into the reincarnated spider's introduction for the entire season. It's getting a second season. But because the main character is so lovable and so I can't explain her. It's just she because of Aoyuki, she has this big energy about her, and because of that, she became the center focus and expected from the main protagonist. But at the same time, because of it, just made watching it so good to watch. I'm putting in question mark because I don't know what's going to happen next, but I do have a few inklings and hints as to what's happening, as to what's going to happen. But yeah, I'll leave So I'm a Spider, So What? Not to mention the ending theme is absolutely great, as well as the opening theme. Bottom tier, Tomozaku-kun. This was actually, again, another good one. I kind of resonated with the main protagonist. But it's essentially an otaku who is playing a rip-off Super Smash Bros. Who gets life lessons from another player who's also really good, to better himself in a ways. And the main harem, I'll say, for bottom tier Tomozaki-kun is actually very good. I'm not gonna lie, like Aoi's also pretty good. The Ayakino character is also very good. I think those are my two favorite characters, to be honest. Hataraka Saibo Black. So, if Hataraka Saibo is showing what a healthy body goes through its day-to-day life, Hataraka Saibo Black looks at what happens if you look at a really ailing body. Yeah. That's all I need to say, and because it's looking at the really negative side towards a really sick body, it made it very interesting. Like, this body smokes, it drinks, it's stressed out. Like, you can see why it's interesting how the cells deal with it. It was very good. Yuru Camp is also getting an A, because it's more of the same, but it's all the comfy. It's the same comfiness that the first season gave us. Not to mention a lot more interactions with some of the family members from the main cast coming in as well. Not to mention Rin Shima, who's voiced by Naoto Toyama, was the main reason why I watched it. Thankfully, she gets decent screen time as per usual because he's one of the main characters. Yeah, I liked it. It was really comfy. Really comfy. Next up, Nonnon Biori Non-Stop. This would be the continuation from Nonnon Biori, and much like Yuru Camp, it's, well, instead of comfy, it's really laid back. I liked it because this was also the other anime that I was watching on Mondays, in which it was Attack on Titan, so it was a nice relaxation from the crazy intenseness that Attack on Titan gave us. And then I could just watch Nonnon Biori just to calm myself down from the adrenaline that Attack on Titan gave me. It was a nice relaxing anime. That's all I'm gonna say, but Yuru can't beat it out. Yuru can't beat it out, definitely. But I still like Nonnon Biori. Absolutely. Azure Lane, a slow start, was I believe, one of the other anime shorts that I've watched. And most of the shorts, I give it low grades, but that's not a detriment. It's only if it gets to F, it will be. So I'm going to give it a C. It was fun. It was a nice reprieve from what the main anime series gave us. And it was just really funny looking at the extended cast and like the fan servicey moments of Azure Lane. So yeah, I'm definitely putting it up to C for that one. Again, do remember that it's because I'm putting this in anime short standards. C is actually very good. Uma Musume second season. I'm going to put this as... It was good. It was good, but it has a lot of competition. I'm going to say it has a lot of competition. I'm going to put it at A. So the second season for Uma Musume essentially switched the focus from Special Week and Silent Suzuka to Tokai Teo and Mijiroma Queen. And this change in focus was actually very good because we essentially, Tokai Teo was the comedic character from the first season, and now she gets central focus along with Mijiroma Queen. And let's just say the stuff that they went through was both tragic and uplifting at the same time. I don't know how, but they managed to do it, and to that end, it was it was very good. It was a very good continuation, and expected from Side Games, who obviously had an influence towards the second season, because this was also the time when the mobile game for Musume came out, so expected that they brought out the anime product in its prime. So absolutely, it was really good. It was a really good second season for Musume, which I wasn't expecting, because again, with the changing characters and everything, but it still worked. Selector Diva, sorry, not Selector, Whitcross a Diva Alive. I think that's how you say it. It has a weird naming convention. C. Okay, so this is the weirdest one, I'm gonna say. This is gonna be the weirdest anime that I actually watched this season, and I'm saying this because the Whitcross series was pretty much a very dark rendition of Yu-Gi-Oh! And now it turns into an idol series revolving around the card game. I'm not joking. That's exactly what Whitcross Diva Alive is. And it was the basic underdog story. And I can't say much on it because I don't know how to play Whitcross, but for what it's worth, it was the weirdest anime that I watched this season. But it wasn't bad either. It was okay. It was what you expected from an underdog idol anime crossed with card games. Log Horizon, is this third season? Third season. Or Log Horizon, Destruction of the Roundhouse Table. I'm gonna say it was good. It was the usual stuff that Log Horizon gave us, social politics, as well as economy, as well as real life MMO scenarios would happen if you were, sucked into another world that happens to be game based. It was that. I'll say that the first half was actually very good. The second half did go into kind of filler territory, but it did at least resolve some of the stuff from the previous seasons. Some of them. But I'm putting it B because it was the usual stuff. There was some high stakes, but it was the usual atmosphere that Log Horizon gave us. Here's the thing: for this season, there was a lot of sequels, and they were in competition with one another. You can kind of see which sequels that I actually liked, that I really liked. Last three, Black Clover. So Black Clover was actually finished this season. I was expecting it to go on for a lot more, but it strangely finished. But I believe they're going to get a movie, and then after the movie they might continue on, because where Black Clover left off was actually, I can't explain it, but like mid-training arc / cliffhanger climax. It was kind of a mix of what it gave us, but from everything that happened, like I'm giving Black Clover an A, but like for my history on Black Clover, since I didn't actually write a review about it and everything, because I thought it was going to be a 51 episoder, but it turned into 170 episodes. But oddly enough, I grew to like it because I was a detractor from the start because of the meme of Asta's voice and everything. But as I continued to watch it, out of obligation, because I'm shonen trash like that, was that starting from the elf arc, that starting from that point, it hooked me in like completely, and I wanted to know everything about Black Clover's world and everything, as well as Asta, and Noel. Um, it it strangely worked, and for what a shonen does, it actually does it quite well as the anime carried on. And I actually really grew to really like it. Obviously, I'm giving it an A because of that. Um, I hope after the movie it continues on, because I would like to know where it goes from here, because it has so much potential and it can go further. And again, I'm saying this as a previous detractor. It sucked me in. I'm not gonna lie. It sucked me in and kept me. It kept me watching. And lastly, Higurashi. Oh my god, it was a huge, like, from the previous tier list that I did, I told you guys that I didn't know where Higurashi was going, whether it was like a remake or anything. It turned to be a stealth sequel. Like, I'm not joking. It took what the first season and second season gave us, and actually gave us proper answers as to what was going on in this season and Go. And with all the revelations, like, I watched every single Higurashi installment, and a lot of things connected. A lot of things connected because of this season. And because of this, I'm expecting there to be a Umineko remake in the works because of this. Because if what Higurashi is hinting at is true, there's a chance they might remake Umineko and give us finally a Ryushiki 07 verse, and do it well. Because here's the thing: the Umineko anime, the only one that's out right now, it was botched. Like, even I could tell. But if what Higurashi Go is giving us is true, they may remake Umineko, and with that potential at sight, oh, I'm gonna be really excited. Also, Higurashi is getting a second season that is going to resolve all these issues, I think. In Higurashi Sotsu. So that is going to be, oh, I'm really excited, if you can't tell. And finally, the weirdest anime short. It's Otanoya Boya-san, and I don't know what this anime short did. It went into Nora and the stray cat scenario in terms of anime shorts, because it just went everywhere. I don't know what happened to this anime short. The first season was actually pretty good, but for some reason this second season just took it into random memeville for some reason, because it was just a, like, this entire, like, Otanaya no Boya-san was just about what, like, how can I say it? It was supposed to be just a joke on armor shops, and how most of the girls' armors is like skimpy, while most of the guys' armors like as much armor as you can. But then for some reason the second season just split it off into one of the characters gets sucked into a game world. One of the characters gets sucked into a TV world, and just random stuff happens. And then in the main one, just random stuff happens that has nothing to do with the armor shop. including a hairpin mascot that just shows up out of nowhere. It's only reason I say that is because Naotayama is one of the main characters, and it's sad to see that what a simple joke anime short about, the armor shop turned into random memes everywhere that makes no goddamn sense. I don't know what happened to it. That's why I'm giving it a D. Like, there's randomness, and then there's stupid randomness, and that's where the second season went. And actually, because of that, yeah, Promised Neverland second season is actually going down to an F tier, because even, like, it wasn't that, that, this is different, but this just got worse now that I think about it. So yeah, that is my tier list for winter 2021. Yeah. Comment below on the animes that you've watched, and yeah, I think that will do it. This season actually really reinvigorated me as to watching more anime again. Like, definitely, considering the previous season I only watched 9 or 10. This season I've watched 17, excluding Black Clover and Higurashi, which was continuing at the time. And yeah, a lot of them were sequels, and that obviously re-hooked me in because there were known animes that I've watched and it got second seasons. But I will say, along with Higurashi, it was Attack on Titan's final season that just really, it was really surprising. It was very surprising sequels. I was not expecting it at all, especially for Higurashi. Attack on Titan was something else. Attack on Titan was definitely something else. Okay, so enough of me rambling. I think that'll do it for me. Again, also comment below what your favorite animes of this season was, and let me know. With that, that will do it for me. LA out.